Wonder. I wonder if we've made it. I shouldn't have clapped my hand. This should be like the audio linker.
And we're off.
Beer farm. Banging a beer, hey.
Tim's in it. What do you got? Or haze? Fucking hazy standard.
Dude, they're so good, hey. I'm a big fan. They've done themselves such a justice because I won't drink anything but Beer Farm now.
Yeah.
So I'm actually paying them more than they'll ever pay me.
Yeah. Well, yeah. They owe me some serious cash just from buying beers my whole life as well.
Yeah. Well, how long have they been around for? Well, ages, hey.
Oh, let's go with a century.
Yeah, a really long time.
Yeah.
Well, not even established for the future. Like they're not even counting it.
Yeah.
For the future.
We are the future.
First beer on Mars.
We don't have
Beer Farm.
We don't have a past.
How
Just
long?
straight swinging home runs.
How long is it going to take human beings to put a brewery on Mars? After
It'll be after sex workers, then brewery, I reckon.
prostitution, they're going to have prostitution on the spaceships.
Oh yeah. It would get. Yeah.
You'd have to.
I reckon they have to fucking space, hey? I reckon even the boys. Because you'd get to a point, wouldn't you?
I reckon.
You get to a point where, yeah, you just need some hugs.
I don't even
Skin
reckon
to
you couldn't send humans. It just seems so complicated.
Yeah.
They'd have to be like,
I reckon we'd fuck it up.
well, we'd fuck on the way. Yeah, we'd fuck it up by fucking everything on the way there.
Yeah, or not fucking. There'd be that dilemma where someone didn't want to fuck you or vice versa. Yeah. And now you're like, fuck this. What the fuck am I doing here?
And we'll be back
I was only on here for that chick. And she's like...
on this flight to Mars?
Yeah. She turned out to be a hologram or something.
Imagine it was like... Because you're fucking for
How did we kill
survival again. Like it's back to the start.
Yeah.
Like it's all lined up.
Yeah.
Because we need to procreate. So as soon as they get there, they're going to have to do some procreation.
Oh, yeah.
And it's all going to be signed off, ticked off, labelled, organised.
Yep. But exactly, beforehand.
Yeah.
So now you're onto it.
I don't reckon
we could be NASA.
I couldn't get an erection in that scenario. They're going to have to send those dudes from pornos to Mars to fulfill that boner quota.
Yeah, but it also... I guess it doesn't matter how long it takes. Because the guys in the porno seem to take a long time. Way longer than, say,
but they're also...
would.
When they need it. It's not like they take a long time. Like, it's frustrating.
So, yeah, okay.
On call. They're on call.
Right.
That's the skill. One, you can keep a boner for as long as necessary, which is great for science. And two, you can come on the spot.
But you know how... I see what you're saying. But I get erect just on buses and planes more than I would just like here right now with you.
Yeah.
By the way. So what would that make? Would that be amplified if I was in space or traveling in a fucking rocket?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, imagine there's those rock hard boners from takeoff.
Yeah. You always get traveling boners.
Still now?
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
Yeah.
Testosterone's high.
Yeah. I haven't tested it. I'm into getting more tea if I needed it.
I'm into it. I'm 100% into it.
Yeah.
I think it's like a new thing for our generation.
Yeah.
What a hack.
I know. Just go, wait, I don't feel like a 20-year-old anymore.
Yeah.
Just tee me up.
When it starts dropping up. But I don't want to be like... You can see how people like Joe Rogan go off the rails or Conor McGregor.
Oh, yeah.
Like when the jaw and if the head gets bigger than
the whole face
else.
has changed, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit like me with drinking. Just
Is that what happens?
Well,
Alcohol.
apparently. If you, according to TikTok commenters, that's what happens, yeah.
Comments?
Yeah.
Oh, people are going off.
Yeah, but they don't say like your face is growing. They say like had a few too many tins today because they can tell.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that what happens?
Well, I think they can tell. But that's also testament to how much of my content they're watching, I suppose. If they recognise
the face growing.
They go, fucking, you're a bit tired today, mate.
Who's watching that much of your content? No offense. But
Well,
like,
I just think you start swiping, the next one of mine will come up or something similar. Like you either hover around the food one or you hover around the tennis chicks or whatever's on there.
Do you know what was a real good
I
one?
just don't swipe.
Have you ever seen the hot chicks doing golf swings?
Have I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My friend showed me that. I'm not a golf person. I was like, this is the
You
best.
You don't have to be. There's something about it.
I mean, that's good.
They're
TikTok,
also
isn't it?
way better at golf than I am. Some of them are fucking awesome. Like,
Great swings.
yeah, great
Yeah.
swings. I did a bunch of reels and talks once where I was using that sort of shit as hooks. So like kids falling over, swings and the dress goes up and like things like that. And then going into just pure food content.
Were you?
Yeah, because it just gets you hooked. Just anything to stop them. And I thought it was funny. And then a bunch of people reported me on Facebook.
For what?
It just says like not bullying, acts of violence or lewd or whatever the crude,
That's hilarious.
which is true. It was like toddlers hurting themselves and women. There was one which she was doing, but the one that reported the most was one woman was doing the monkey bars, and then she ran and just walloped her head on the last one, just like completely knocked out, and then it went into fucking tacos.
I love those things.
Yeah.
When people started
Makes you
bringing
watch
that
it
into
again.
the kitchen, if anyone brought anything like that in, watch this. Oh,
Yeah.
Make your day.
The one I remember in the kitchen was, it was a while back. It was a Taylor Swift song, and then the goat would come in on the chorus.
Yeah.
But it was just a goat shrieking, and it sounded exactly like her, like yelling in a song.
Yeah.
And it's so bad, but it's like we would watch that and just But even then during service, someone would just adjust the Bluetooth and start playing. It's like a 4-second clip on fucking YouTube, and he would just start crying. So funny.
Well, do you remember when phones came into kitchens?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I always sort of had a phone in the kitchen, but it was like a Nokia.
Yeah.
The old
Well, the rule
3230s.
wasn't there rules to like, well, one, keep it in your locker. Or
You couldn't
something
even
to
have it around. You couldn't
Yeah.
even, and it had to be off. I remember if someone heard a phone, even if it wasn't around you, like maybe in a locker, like why don't you turn your phone off?
Yeah, but there was a transition, right? To like by the time I left, you could have it. You couldn't tell people not to have it in the kitchen,
Yeah,
and then you kept it to a minimum,
yeah.
right?
You just didn't like flaunt it,
yeah.
like you were. Yeah,
But there were people who kept it on that shelf,
yep.
scroll all day.
When someone showed me Snapchat for the first time, I was into it, and that was what I was always on my phone.
I've never understood. I don't know what Snapchat is.
It's you just take like photos or videos, and then you send them, and then when someone opens them, they only last for as long as, and then it's gone.
Yeah, but then someone figured out that you can record those things.
Yeah, you could also take a screenshot of it, but it would tell you took a screenshot of it. I didn't know why I was using it, other than they were short little clips like Vines were I was making. So even way back, I was doing that sort of thing. Funny little videos I was seeing around the kitchen, and but just for fun,
And just sending them to mates, right?
just whoever the fuck was on my Snapchat list. Yeah,
All right.
people I knew, but then you just get randoms because it wasn't private. This is this is real early days.
I never used it. I never understood. I never got it. But I'm not against it, you know.
Yeah, but that's what I remember. No one gave a fuck about me doing that. I guess because I was doing my work at the same time, or maybe they'd see me just think, okay, that's what Lachie does. Just be a jerk but gets the work done sort of thing.
Yeah.
But I never... You also couldn't tell an apprentice not to use their phone when I was being like that. Because they were like, look at this dickhead.
Yeah, but I love those rules.
Yeah.
I can do it. You can't, though.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, just go ask the chef.
It was nice that you
I like taking videos of, like, you know, when the fucking thermo would explode or something like that and everyone's covered in beetroot, that sort of shit, like aftermath of that stuff, and send it off and then it's gone and everyone's like, fuck, you didn't send that. Yeah.
Yeah, that stuff would be great.
Someone dropping stuff.
Oh, there was one time where I was doing the last vac pack at 1 o'clock in the morning before leaving.
Yep.
And it blew up
Perfect.
the vac pack machine and it was liquid.
Yeah.
And I just remember going, like, it was another 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Broke me.
That sucks
If
too.
only I could have Snapchatted that.
Yeah. I had one of those. I had 60 litres of aioli that I was vac packing. We had this big vac pack, same size as this table, and you could do it on 3 sides. It was fuck cool. And you could double bag. It was awesome. And then I was just staring down this chick, like one of the waitresses. She's new, like that sort of thing. And it was going brrrr, and just I looked at it and it was just fully foamed. Like it emptied every bag, and when
Why are they backpacking the aioli?
we just make it once. Fuck, I used to fly through it, but you just make it and then
cut a corner and
yeah,
squeeze it into bottles or something.
Yeah. Or no, into like service. But that's, I mean, you could do that. But at this place, it was just into. I think it was swiping it or some bullshit.
Did you get into the sous vide machines at one stage?
Yeah, it was like all the rage. Yeah.
Yeah, and when it was all the rage, and we all had to use them, or we all wanted to, or whatever, and you're reading. Mate, was it Thomas Keller that had the sous vide book?
Yeah.
Which was cool.
Yeah.
Because he has great pictures.
Yeah.
But then people would just. I remember very quickly. Everyone would sous vide everything
constantly,
and it was the one that got me was doing salmon.
Yeah,
and it was too gooey.
Yeah, it's
and
a
I
different
was
texture.
like, God, and they're like, it's perfect, and I was like, no,
yeah,
this is horrible.
I
want a pan fried salmon.
I was always against steaks for exactly the same reason.
Yeah.
Just cook a nice steak. Yeah. Don't be a dick. You know how?
I saw an amazing steak yesterday.
Where?
The Oxford Hotel.
Oh yeah.
Liverpool.
Sweet.
Amazing. I didn't eat one, but someone across the table from me got one.
You're like, fuck yeah.
They nailed it.
Yeah.
Absolutely nailed medium rare-ish.
Yeah.
Perfect.
They call it blushing, if you don't know what it's called. Blushing or pink or what's it? Rosé.
You can get between a medium rare and a medium.
Totally.
There's a cook in there.
That's what I used to do. And then if it was medium, I would just, if it was carved, medium, I would either medium rare and medium. I always cooked exactly the same, like thousands and thousands of steaks, and they would all be carved because of the sort of place I was at. And so when you carve it, you go, oh. And if it was medium rare, I wouldn't I'd just serve it straight away, or like serve it, and then if it was medium on the ticket, I'd just blot it off on the chucks, so it was slightly paler. And then, yeah.
Oh man, the amount of
no complaints ever.
No, because you really just want a good steak.
Yeah, you just want it cooked and edible. Yeah, and it's nice and tasty. Yeah.
And if someone says to you like, oh, I guess if you're going like medium rare on the eye fillet, I know what you want, buddy.
Yeah,
I'll give it to you.
I never used to give a shit about that too, because some steaks, you know, like rump steak, or it's like lamb rump, for example. If you're cooking that whole, it's just got one method. That's it.
Yeah,
it's got that perfect spot.
Yeah. A long rest.
Long rest, exactly. And then that's what you want. If someone goes, "Can you get it medium rare?" You're like, "Yeah, it's going to be the same as the other cunts."
Yeah,
like that's it. And they'll go, "Thank you."
Yeah,
but they won't. Yeah, because they edit and that's like cool.
I just want it good.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this was a sirloin, and I have a big passion for sirloin.
Yeah.
Like, I think there's only one way to cook sirloin.
Yeah.
And it was this between medium rare, medium.
Yeah.
Spot, and they nailed it, and it was like that thick.
Yeah.
And I was like, someone's a legend. Like, I just, yes.
And they're so tasty when they're like that too.
It was wicked.
Yeah.
I was a big fan.
That's good to see.
Yeah.
Because I still get, like you clearly do, I still get excited like that when I see it. You didn't even eat it. But you just look at it and go, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking nailed it, son.
Especially on a sirloin. Like, I don't like a rare sirloin.
No.
I would get very angry.
Yeah.
If someone's after a rare sirloin.
For sure.
Like, if you want a rare eye fillet,
yeah,
I'm more interested in that. I'm eating a lot of rump steak because it's the cheapest right now.
Yeah.
And you know when you get real good at a cut?
Yeah.
After a while, I was trying to explain it to my girlfriend at one stage. So I'm like knuckling the rump steak.
Nice.
And going flatter.
Yeah.
And cooking it high.
Yeah.
And kind of quick on both sides, and then resting it for like 4 or 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And it's like medium.
Yeah.
Or even a little bit more than medium because it's this rump steak.
Yeah, people don't, I don't know. This is how I was always taught, is that long rest, bro. And like, but then there was spots where I'd work, even temp chefing, normally temp chefing because they're just dog shit places, where they would just fly it out. And you're like, yeah, but it would have been medium rare if you just gave it a fucking second to chill inside. Just like keep cooking.
Yeah, sacrilegious though, hey?
Yeah.
Not resting.
Well, they rest it for 2 seconds and then send it out and just go. And that shit would always come back. And you're like, well, of course it did, you fuckhead.
It's going to look horrible. It's got all the blood on the plate and stuff.
Just pisses out.
Yeah.
It's exactly not what you want.
I had, when I was like doing these chef shows, I would get sponsored food.
Oh, yeah.
And one of the sponsors was Mount Barker chicken. Good chicken.
Yeah.
There's another one down south as well that was amazing chickens. They gave you whole chickens, skin on, with the neck and the feet.
Oh, fuck yeah.
I can't remember. They were amazing, like yellow skin.
I was about to say what colour were they? I wouldn't even know what that is.
Anyway, I had a whole box of chicken breasts.
Fuck yeah.
And I might have used like 5 or 10. So I had like chicken breast every day for maybe 3 months at home.
Yeah.
And I got amazingly, you couldn't beat me at butterfly chicken breast done in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Done, perfect.
Yeah.
Every time.
Yeah.
Perfectly, both sides, perfect middle, and almost under.
Yeah.
You know, like it gets a little glossy and it's almost
it's
under.
Still, like it looks wet.
Yeah. If someone said like, "Do you eat your chicken medium rare?" Like, there's been occasions. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have, but I nailed it so well that it was good.
I've cooked so many of those skin on, what do you call them, Kievs? You know, the little, it's got a little fucking wing out the side still. So many. Yeah. It's like muscle memory now. It's just down in the oven, make it fucking crucify the skin, bring it out, the base, done. And it's like fucking, it's almost like you don't have to touch it anymore. You look at it, fuck yeah.
And you were stuffing them as well?
Nah, just a little. Oh, it depends.
Someone did?
Yeah.
Like paring knife down the top and then pipe it in?
Depends on what it was, but it was always that. You got the.
Dude, I'm having a flashback of cleaning bones.
Yeah, yeah,
like,
yeah.
you know, if you had to like scrape back.
Yeah, yeah. You could always do that. I did that for years. The actual scraping of them. Then someone one day showed me, just do this, wang, twist off, and it was clean as fuck.
What was the wang part?
So you go from the breast down,
and
then you twist that off and go back under, and it comes right off. And this is just clean, and it's a clean break.
Really?
Yeah, but you got to go into that bone first, just a little bit, and then it twists off, and you go back.
Right.
And it's just clean as fuck. There's that little presentation knob.
Do you know what
I was like, I want all that time back. But I remember seeing people do that in the kitchen too, and I just thought they were doing different jobs. It was just the way I got taught to do it. Was just
you wanted those people, like they would. That's when you knew you could be a jerk. Like sometimes when apprentices or younger chefs weren't doing what you said or weren't participating the way you wanted to, it was like, I'm gonna hold stuff back on you.
Yeah, you felt like there was no point.
You're in trouble now, though. Yeah. I would intentionally withhold good things and watch them do stuff. Until they, because that was like the rule, you know, until they had proven, I'm not going to give you all of the secrets, dude, to make your life easier if you're not going to participate and bring yourself.
I was like that, but I saw it more like they don't give a fuck. I'll just spend my time with the ones that do, or they've shown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which was, I guess there was a few. But you know one that really I never got was the lamb chop. Yeah. Someone had this like string lamb chop idea where you would like cut both sides and you would like string it up and pull
the whole it off. Yeah.
It's not the rack, whatever that part of it is, the fat part.
Yeah.
And it would be clean.
Yeah.
I never saw it. I could never do it. I would spend hours just.
Yeah, the other way, there was people that were just too good at that, and you're like, I don't get it. I never did it. But it's always like, everyone just has the way of doing it themselves. You get just as fast doing a different way, except it sucks. Because I think putting a string around each individual bone is just as annoying as, I don't think there's winning.
And do you remember being like halfway through that prep job and you got another hour to go?
Yeah.
And you're just paring knife the ends of like lamb chops.
Yeah.
And then when you cook it, what's the point? Like I know it looks terrible otherwise, but like.
Yeah. I kind of like it when it's not, if you've got this perfect.
We'll keep the fat on and eat it.
Yeah. But that's the good bit too.
It is.
Yeah. But also I think that looks good. Like a full unprepped, like a big pork chop, that cap on. It was clean at the end.
So that's a new thing, right?
Yeah.
Like we've evolved. We've pushed.
Yeah.
Isn't it funny? Like cap back on. We're like take everything off, make everything like Escoffier style, and then it's like, nah, go back the other way.
Yeah, make it as messy as possible.
Yeah, because you had barbecue today.
Yeah.
So that's like,
it's awesome. Yeah.
Do the best job you can.
Yeah.
Forget everything else.
The thing I like about the barbecue, and it doesn't really doesn't really translate here yet. Well, when I was at Frank's barbecue today, he sort of does it like they do in the southern states, where you just everyone gets what they get, or you order what you want or whatever. But if it's not quite salty enough for you or whatever, you just fix it with the sauces and whatever they've got going on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's just like you're being an adult. It's not like, oh, I didn't like this. It's like, that's on you now.
Yeah.
You know,
and they allow that. Like, they're like...
Yeah, like, here's all your free sauces. Here's your... Yeah.
What's with the idea behind, like, the sides in barbecue, like mac and cheese, essentials and stuff?
I don't know. It's just what they do.
Because it's a weird side.
Mac and cheese.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've never thought about it. But that actually...
A whole meal as a side?
Yeah.
Like, it's not refreshing. You know,
like
sides are like... Yeah, like a slaw is like cutting through the fat, or like helping you digest. Like a salad is like giving you a little bit of acidity, or for some reason there's a reason for it.
And then
there's like barbecue with I'm gonna wash it down with a mac and cheese.
Yeah, cheese pasta,
which is delicious.
Yeah,
but still, I want to go to America and figure out barbecue. I want to see it. It's like a culture. I like it.
Yeah, and people are into it. Here it's a bit weird. It's not quite there. Like there's good places, but
yeah, when I was
it's
a kid,
also the price of like meat here. You're never gonna get like for what you want. If you want a platter, it's like fucking $200. You know.
Yeah, it disgusts me that brisket is so expensive.
Yeah,
it's like a specialty cut. Annoys the shit out of me.
I know. Same with like beef cheeks now and things like that. And you're paying for bones now. It all makes sense because the bone is the same price as the fucking carcass.
It pisses me off, man. Yeah, beef cheek, because beef cheek's one of my favourite things of all time.
Yeah.
And lamb neck are fantastic. But it's like, as soon as chefs figure out a really lovely way to do something, the price of that cut goes up.
Yeah.
And then now it's like...
It's in fad.
And then all the home cooks are like, I've got lamb neck stew.
Yeah.
And then now it's $35 a kilo for a neck of an animal.
Yeah. It's just a fad, and then the fad doesn't go away. It's not like they're going to drop their price suddenly, like because everyone's over it. Now that's the price it's going to be forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sick of it. I saw brisket the other day on special for $35 a kilo, and I was like, we're never going back again.
Yeah.
And you know lamb shanks? Do you remember when they used to be like $1.90 a kilo?
Dude, you would feed them to your dog. You get them from the butcher. You buy one for my dog. It just... borderline give it to you.
Yeah, now they're $5 each.
Yeah, dude.
They're in each item. Brutal.
I don't even really like lamb shanks, to be honest. I mean, they're kind of cool, but like I wouldn't ever order them. It's one of those ones I think people just fuck up because it is easier to just get it soft.
Yeah.
Without much flavour.
I'm apprehensive to order a lamb shank. Yeah. Well, if I'm cooking them, I'm down.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, my dad had we had a pizza oven at my home. He built one.
Yeah.
He's a cool builder dude. So we do like pizza nights and stuff. And then I figured out that at the end of the night, I could put like a braise in, like a lamb neck braise or like...
Yeah.
And just leave it there.
The rest of the heat, yeah.
Overnight. And it would just come out like the most phenomenal lamb shank.
Yeah.
And you didn't do anything.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is the best. In one of those those real wicked... or either a cast iron or those like sort of ceramic ones.
We used to do that here. And we had a massive, or one of the kitchens I was in had a massive, same thing. We would throw it all on. Lamb shoulders, same shit.
Yeah.
Like bone in. But in the morning you just pull it out. It's fucking...
That's good cooking.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Add a foam.
Yeah, it ends up being a fucking foam. Start giving a weird name to just the fat for no reason at all.
The pea puree. Oh man. So I must have been, by the time I got into the high end fine dining, after the UK and back in Australia, and I went to George Columbaris and then Neil Perry. After that, it might have been, that was like the time when the new puree scene came out.
Fuck yeah.
When I'm just doing...
Yeah, I know what you're doing, yeah.
And it was like, and it had, so I know what, the blob, and then that had like a line through it, and then you would trickle off.
Just pull it through, yeah.
And there was dudes that built their career.
Yeah.
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 And it was like pea puree, one of those.
Yeah.
You know, and then like a lamb shoulder, like rolled and braised or something, and then whatever else is going on.
Yeah.
Olive crumb and different things.
Oh, I think I've made that dish. That's like exactly what it is. Because when you come out of the oven, you fucking roll it hot.
Yeah.
You just make a million logs. That was the other thing. It was just all rolled everything. Rolled logs, rolled. Just
Valentine?
Everything was in a cylinder.
And I was good. I was very good.
Yeah, you couldn't not be. That's what I didn't get about people that weren't that good at it. You're like, can you roll this? You know, and then they'd roll 100 of them, and they're never quite tight. You're like, what are you doing?
I would get irate. You know, when you look in the Bain Marie, and it's like the edges of them.
Yeah, they went all the same. Yeah,
leave.
Yeah,
get out of here.
Because I think once you've done a few, that's all you need to do, in my head, and that's what you do. You do one, you go, fuck, that's a bit weird. Yeah. And then the second one, you go, oh, that's it. And then from then on, you're good.
Yeah.
When people just can't do that, like, did you not see? Or they're like, they've put him in there and they've set bendy or something.
Yeah.
And you're like, what? Why? How? What did you think that was?
And I'd even go all the way to, so when I did my Thai,
people cry.
I'm scissoring all the outer little edge thing.
Yeah.
So when I do my Thai and that comes off, I'm cutting those all the same.
Yeah.
All everything is exactly the same. And that's when I reckon you get that psycho chef. That's where, you know, the good chefs. Yeah. They've got that little psycho bit in them. Like, that's not necessary.
Yeah.
It's not a thing. But you're like so intense about everything being perfect.
Yeah, but exactly. And that's why the food is so perfect too. Because everything you're doing is perfect. I used to even, at the end, I never used to even time to a point. I had the thing where I would, but I had it perfect where it wouldn't bunch up. Just with my hands really slowly move it down, and it would all pigtail up, and just put the perfect. And then you try and show someone how to do it, and they just keep rolling till it stops, and you're like, no,
and
you got to have some. You got to look at it a little bit. Yeah. So I had a little thing where people couldn't get how that bit worked, like, and it was one of those things that I don't think half the people even wanted to ask me.
I wouldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I'd have to tie it off.
Yeah, but it's just, I don't care either. You do you. But I if I ever saw those big long strands and there's no cut off, you're like, you're dead to me.
Yeah, I hate it.
So dead to me.
Which is,
actually, unless you were like steaming something or something, I would obviously have to tie it up. Or
I was just thinking when you're like doing this little pigtail and then someone's poaching them off. And
it's happened before. It's happened before. I was like, well, okay.
Debauchery.
Yeah.
And now that's your fault, brother.
Yeah. But then you could just vac pack them like that anyway.
Yeah.
The little piggies would stay.
Now we're sous vide. Now we're back to sous vide again.
Yeah.
I know. And that's what really frustrated me though, because I was sort of like coming out of chefing and kind of getting into like farming, and it was, so Chef's Table, we might have talked about this before. Chef's Table had this guy called Dan Barber or Baker. I can't remember. And he had a farm to table fine dining restaurant on the first season.
Yeah, I remember.
And it like clicked my brain a bit where I was like, yes.
Yeah.
Like he'd put the radishes on the nails. We've talked about this at some point. And
I don't think
people ate the radish and they were like, wow, blown away.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that wasn't the best bit, but like, so I was like moving in that direction with those guys, saying like produce is king, and we got to, as chefs, we got to look after more of our, farmers and different things.
Yeah.
At the same time that people kept vac packing and sous vide.
Yeah.
And they were individually vac packing, but they were like glad wrapping.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
And then vac packing it, and then cooking it in, a sous vide.
Fucking hours. Yeah.
And then cutting all that, and like the bins just ended up being full of plastic.
Yeah. There were days where all I did was vac pack stuff. And it was just constantly, that vac packer was just all day.
Yeah.
I don't think it's changed much, although more people have vac pack machines, which is a pretty cool way of preserving things.
Yeah.
Last longer.
There's cool stuff. I mean, and compressing, like, have you ever seen compressed watermelon and stuff?
Yeah.
That was fun.
Yeah.
I like that stuff.
But that increased the flavour and things like that and made it a bit different. Yeah. There was a reason for it. There wasn't like, but you can cook a chicken.
Yeah, I was really getting
chicken
into
in
that
the fat is good. Yeah.
Well, then you lost the skill. You know what I mean? Like everyone put all those steaks in the sous vide,
Yeah.
And then sealed them to order, rested them 10 minutes, and then they were gone.
Yeah.
But that's the skill. Like I saw, it's a different cooked steak when you see someone do it on the grill the whole time.
Yeah.
And the skill to have that, like I saw last night, is like so commendable.
Yeah.
What a legend.
Yeah, but that's how that all started as well. That sous vide started from what I was told, was to get that consistency so anyone can do it. It started at like I can't remember, but it wasn't fine dining. It was
It's got to be function houses.
It was like a chain restaurant or something.
Yeah.
They started to vacuum and sous vide, so you get it to exactly the temperature. Timer goes off. It's done.
Yeah.
And then you can put it through whatever you were doing later.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's what it is.
I mean, what a game changer for like, you know, when you used to do the, what are they called? Where you would go to their houses, from a company and cook.
It was like private dining.
Yeah, I did that towards the end as well.
Yeah.
If you've got a sous vide machine and it's just you, and you got a table of 12, and you've banged everything in the sous vide machine, and then you're just sealing off and resting and going, people will think you're magic.
Yeah.
How did he do this?
Yeah.
So I remember it was cool. It was great.
Yeah, but you could bring it. You didn't even need those ones. You could just open packets and put them even on trays and chuck them in their oven, and they would come out because then you're gonna fuck it up.
Yeah.
Like especially all the veggies. If you did carrots or something, just throw them in some fucking butter and fucking honey, and they're like, holy shit. How did you cook them without any equipment?
That's an interesting part of chefing. Those private chef, rich people guys.
God, they think you're literally God when you come, and you must not be, you must not be sort of approached too harshly or...
The drunk wife?
Yeah, fucking every time.
Do you mind if I come in here?
And then she'd be like, you're probably not supposed to drink or something. And you're like...
But here's a line of cocaine.
Yeah, exactly. She'd always be, dude, every time, the drunk wife. Every time. And then they'd be like, you need anything? They'd just walk in and go,
I need something.
The forks are in here. Just random, just information about their kitchen. And you're like, yeah. Like,
do you need something, dude, while I'm there?
No, I'm all right. I think I'm all right.
I was just fanging a beer. I was so keen.
That makes such a good sound.
Crisp.
You need it like...
Crisp. I was like writing a little extra joke on top of that opening chefing bit I had with sharp knives, confined spaces.
Yeah.
And I was trying to like add it to like comedy where it's like, it's the only other job where you can be drunk. It's the only thing where you can be drunk and do your job.
Yeah.
And yelling at people is
do it the same as
required.
Well. Yeah.
Like chefing and comedy have that in common.
Right.
It's a little bit too long, but I'm like, yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Like in comedy, I am allowed to yell at people.
Yeah.
And chefing, and that is it.
Yeah.
In no other place.
Yeah.
At work, where you're going to get paid like, well done, great job. You just yelled at that person.
Yeah. I find it strange that people can... Yeah, but also people yell at you. That's what I mean. It's like, it's just as strange sometimes, right? Like people must heckle a bit and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, well, that video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like...
all the time
But
now,
like if you go to... Yeah, but if you go to... Like if you went to my kids' musical at the Perth Concert Hall the other night, everyone shut the fuck up severely. But that's the same as every other event they probably would have done all year. It's a comedy show. You're like, dickhead. You're like straight away.
And people are now, because of the internet, they expect it.
Yeah.
There's two types of people. There's the people that are like, I'm a part of the show.
Yeah.
And this is funny.
I came in to be a part of it.
Who are like, don't look at me.
Yeah.
Because you're going to talk to me and it's going to scare the shit out of me.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Like that, exactly that the crowd is part of it. Was some of the crowd anyway.
But there is more and more people now.
Yeah, right.
Willing to interact for some reason.
Yeah.
A lot of heckling going on, basically. So much. To the point where someone tried to beat me up on stage.
How many people did he take down?
I reckon 5.
Fucking, what a unit.
And last night I met...
Because the last bit of the video, you can kind of see it just absolutely kick it off.
Yeah.
Like into the outdoors.
Yeah.
You're like, whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last night at an open mic, I met a kid. a young open micer,
Yeah.
who was in front of the guy in the corner of the shot. Like he might have been one of the only people in the shot.
Yeah.
Because it was faced at the stage.
Yeah.
He came up and he goes, "Oh, it was that guy?" And he came over my head to get to someone else, and I was like, "What? That's amazing."
Just the anger of some people too. Just like
there was an old lady. Have you seen the video?
No.
She there's an old lady.
Yeah.
She bails quick.
Really?
She gets out of there, and he was coming over her back.
I would too. I'd be like, "Fuck this, I'm out." Yeah.
Yeah. But again, I didn't panic at all.
Of course not.
Which scares me.
I guess so, but I don't either. I like, what? Yeah.
There was danger and chaos. There was like 40 people exiting, and I was like, "Can I tell you one more joke?"
Yeah.
And then I'm like, "Oh, where's my camera?" Like I was still in the zone.
Yeah.
Because I had a second camera. Because people are filing out past it, and I was like, "Oh, I need that."
Yeah, yeah.
But I wasn't at all thinking danger.
Yeah. I don't think you think about it till, I don't know. Because even like real confrontations in the kitchen, till you get, it's like, till you get actually touched, it doesn't, it's like 100% on.
Yeah.
Isn't it? It's like, yeah. And it's not like you're peacocking either. It's just what it is.
Yeah.
It's just, no. And there's a reason why it's happening, maybe.
Do you remember the most sort of like escalated confrontation you've had in a kitchen?
Yeah, someone threw one of those grill spatulas at my head from like the whole way across the kitchen, and it went past my head. I felt it and hit the wall and like chipped the wall, and that could have like fucking real. I don't remember what sparked that either.
Like one of those flat,
yeah,
wooden handle,
like the scrapers.
short,
Yeah, like heavy. Yeah, like full. Native American just went.
Native American.
Well, I was just thinking it was like an axe. Yeah.
I thought you worked with a Native American.
Nah, he was from.
It's just like
he was from Burma, or Myanmar.
okay, smaller than you then.
This is way smaller. His name was Dennis. He's now like a devout Christian. And he seems like he's got his shit together. Maybe now I have seen him. I don't know.
But he went psycho at you?
Yeah, I don't think I was helping things. I remember every now and then we have these little things, like, come on, or what are you doing? All that sort of stuff.
Was he under you?
No, I was an apprentice. And he was qualified. Which kind of maybe was the thing. Like, I'm doing a better job, maybe.
Yeah.
Like, I don't remember what that was, but I remember walking away to the kitchen, to the cool room to get something. Like, oh, fuck, I'll get it then, or something like that. And then he was just like, fuck it.
Wow.
And one person saw it, no one else did. And I was like, what's this guy? What the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I said, if you want, like, I remember walking back and saying, did you want that spatula? like, because you obviously needed it though. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I thought was like, haha, you don't have a spatula. You could have taken my eye out, but haha.
Yeah.
You don't have a spatula. You don't to walk ashamed to go get that now, you piece of shit. Yeah.
Yeah, funny.
I don't remember any other blow-ups. I think in time I will, but
I'm having, as we're talking now, there's so many things.
Yeah.
That's what I love about this so much. There's so many things coming back to me. Because it's such a long time. It's 15 years, so every day you were doing something. But
when he threw that, after, because I only saw it when it hit the wall, I was like, what the fuck is that sound? Like, and I looked at him like, what the fuck? And he knew immediately. He's like, shit. You know, like, he definitely didn't want to do that. It was just looked impulsively, you know, like, but when I look back, he just didn't want to make eye contact. He wasn't like, let's go. It was just like, fuck.
Yeah. He's
like,
lost it.
I didn't want this to happen.
Like,
yeah.
The next bit.
Yeah, but that was my reaction. It was to do absolutely nothing. Go, did anyone fucking see that?
Yeah.
Go pick your spatula.
And everyone else was like, woohoo.
Yeah.
It's kicking off.
It's a big chip off the wall.
Back to it.
Yeah, I don't remember things like that.
I had
specifics anyway.
A sous chef, again at George Columb. A lot happened in 4.5 months at George Columbitis' restaurant.
Not a lot of pay.
The sous chef, the executive chef was like the best chef in Melbourne because he went on and won an award after he left Debauchery. But the sous chef that was running the kitchen was psychotic. This Australian dude. And he used to come in the kitchen like every morning into Larder and actually pick me up by the balls.
What?
Yeah, like pick...
I physically pick you up?
Yeah. He'd come and pick me up. Good morning.
I think I would swing. Like, I don't know. I'm not into that.
Well, I've had it a lot. Like one of my cool room stories is like this like 40, I can't even remember because I was an apprentice first year. And he was like a 40-year-old Greek dude who drove a Jeep that was jacked up. It was the most jacked up Jeep in the 2000s I'd ever seen in my life. You know?
Yeah.
Like an old Melbourne wog guy.
Okay.
Like with the best intentions, like, but proper.
I imagine those little Jiminy's though. That's what I'm imagining.
Yeah.
Just so raised up.
Yeah, it's ridiculously raised up. Before any of that was cool. Like he was in front of that.
The coloured shocks and
if he ever
everything.
caught me in the cool room, dude, there was a molestation happening.
Whoa.
There was corner, some kind of abuse. Not in a sexual way.
Yeah, of course not, yeah.
Just in a horrendous way.
I always, new kitchens, people would definitely always, there would be the guy that does that to you, right? And he would always, obviously only a he, would like do that. And I think just my first reaction must have stopped it because but I definitely got it, like testing the waters almost. People would just like put a digit in you.
Yeah.
And you're like, the fuck? And I think that my first reaction must have stopped all that because like it doesn't stop them doing it to other people.
Yeah.
I was just
well, yeah, you got to have a reaction because otherwise they get away with stuff.
But if I went and like cried myself to sleep.
Yeah, that's what I did as an
half
apprentice.
did anyway, yeah. But if I was an apprentice, I don't know how I'd react.
I didn't do well.
There was one guy when I was an apprentice, his name was Cooker. I can't remember his name. That wasn't his name. He was just cooked, I assume. And he had this thing about you had to say behind, obviously, and everyone did. But if he caught you almost not saying it, he would just grill you and make a display of you didn't say backs, you didn't, you know.
Wow. Even
when you would say it, he didn't hear you, and you're like, it's not my fault, you're on MDMA, you know. Like, and he pushed me one day. He was working, and I said, behind. And he goes, he saw me coming and went, put his little elbow back and went, wow, and dropped a knife and twang and went, what the fuck, say behind?
Yeah, I'm sure.
And I was like that. I was first year too. I was like, I don't know what this. I'm like, I know what he was like, but because we were there 80 hours a week. But then he grabbed me and pushed me into where he was working. He goes, pick up my knife. I was like, no, like I don't know what he's gonna do. He goes, pick up my knife like I had it. I was like, no. Like, I don't know. Because in my head, I think he's going to push me with a knife in my hand. You know, so I'm like, no. And then he goes, I was doing this. And he pushed me out of the way. And he goes, I was doing this. I could have cut you. I'm looking after you. I was like, just don't cut me.
Yeah.
Like, just don't cut me.
I love how you went to the spatula when this is clearly worse.
Yeah.
This is
but this is what I'm saying. This is like once I start thinking about it, it'll all come back. Yeah. But remember, he's like, pick up my knife. Like, what the fuck?
Pick up the gun.
Absolute psycho. Yeah.
What a nuts dude.
He was absolute psycho. And he used to go through, and it was never his job, but he used to go through his section and go, you're shit at that, you're shit at that, that's not labelled. And then he would, like, dob on you. But he was to, like, the head chef, and the head chef would go, okay, Cooker.
But he needs Cooker.
Yeah.
Because
Cooker was a good worker.
Yeah, you need those guys. We had a heroin addict.
High all the time. He looked like a heroin addict.
Yeah.
I didn't know what he was on. Never asked. Didn't ask for any of it, that's for sure. He didn't want to end up like that. Cunt.
We had a sous chef that was same kitchen with this cool room guy. The sous chef was a heroin addict.
Wicked.
There was three of them. There was this jacked up Jeep guy. There was the sous chef was on heroin all the time, but he was consistent. He was there every day. He'd get everything done for the head chef. He wanted to please the head chef. The head chef would let him do heroin and have a job.
Yeah.
And then the head chef looked really good because there was someone who's consistently, you know, coming in and doing and wasn't ever going to leave.
Yeah.
And those three ran it when I was an apprentice. But this sous chef at George Columbaris, I got sick of him finally. He was just like such an ass, man. And you tried so hard every day. He was such a prick. And eventually I snapped, and he was yelling at me while I was in Lada. And I just looked at him, and I was just like, you know what? You are a fucking cunt. And he stopped. And he was like, he was shocked. This guy had been abusing me for 4.5 months.
And you called him a cunt?
Yeah. But I looked him right in the eye, and I said, you know what? You are a cunt.
Yeah.
And it blew his mind.
I think that's what it takes.
And he just, beauty. Established in the future.
Yeah. Should make it one of our buttons, whatever they do.
That would be sick.
Yeah.
We gotta.
Yeah.
Anytime someone does something great, it's like...
We'll have to fucking YouTube how to do it.
And we need some Gordon Ramsay yelling. If we can... Oh, that would be sick.
Yeah.
I've got something so funny for you on here.
Yeah.
That I couldn't stop laughing at today.
Wicked.
And then... So he got upset that I called him a cunt. And then everyone always went for beers after in the laneways of Melbourne. And this is the thing that I was talking about. Like, we still hung out. He still came for beers.
Yeah.
We still talked to each other.
Yeah.
We still worked next to each other. But he had this chip on his shoulder, and he'd get 2 beers in, and we'd be having ciggies, and he'd get 2 beers in, and he'd be like, you got to apologise for calling me that.
Yeah.
And I would look at him every time, and I'd be like, I will never apologise for that.
Yeah.
Because that's what I think.
Yeah, well, that's what you are.
And then,
that's what you are. It's true. Yeah.
And that's chefing, dude, you know? We still work together forever.
This cooker guy, same thing. We'd always go down the Belgian beer cafe, right? Spend all your money on these expensive beers. And he used to, same thing, but he used to, remember one day he said, Lachie, everyone likes you. But he said it like, why or what are you doing to make people like you? And I was like, yeah, that's because I'm not a piece of shit like you. Like, that was all it was. The same thing. You're a cunt.
Mm.
And then, but yeah, it was the same thing. But also, then we just still sat there and drunk.
Yeah.
And then, yeah.
You still would. And that's
like it was a bad thing that people liked me. He's like, yeah, but you know why? Because I don't grab people in demand. They pick up my knife. Yeah, things like that.
And I'm not on heroin.
He was definitely on heroin. But he also would go after everyone. So he would go after our shit cunt owner as well. And that was brilliant because he had no filter.
Really?
So he'd go, you didn't pay me this week. Like he would talk to him like he was a child.
Really?
Yeah. He's like, it's a day late. Are we going to get it this week? Hey, boys. Like.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, I love this guy.
Yes, that was like, so you couldn't hate him, but then he'd have a moment with you and you're like, for no reason. You're like, look, mate, you don't have to pick on me. Pick on. He needed a battle all the time.
Yeah. I really get upset now, like in comedy or with other work endeavours and stuff, the politics of these things and how whingy everyone is because you used to work with people that you hated and got along.
Yeah.
It just doesn't really compute with my brain.
Also, every morning I'd come and go, hey, mate.
Yeah. You say hello.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah. That was it. You didn't go, fucking...
Or not talk to someone.
Send me the email, didn't reply last night. You're like, no.
Totally.
Yeah.
You'd talk. And then if they asked you a question, I don't feel like I had too much animosity where I was like, oh, it's in the cool room. Or, oh, I finished that job. Like, yeah, in the cool room.
Yeah.
Yeah, I finished that job. I don't like you.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter that I don't.
Yeah. You've also got to endure. That's what I didn't get either because, like, even just basically, if you're in the same office, it's the same thing, shorter time period, but you still got to be around that person. Like, in the office space, they were all like that. I was like,
yeah.
How do you not? I don't get it.
Yeah. Have you heard this thing now that office workers are refusing to go back to the office?
What do you mean? Work from home?
Yeah. Right? And they're all quitting and stuff. And I read that article and I was like, dude, that is such an office worker mentality.
Yeah.
Where I was like, no, I'm not going to do what you pay me for.
Yeah.
It's my right not to. But can anyone hate their job more than an office worker if they're not even going to go to the office to do the job?
Yeah. There's a lot of whinging about their work that's, like, not whingeable.
Mm.
You're like, that's not a big deal at all.
Yeah, and let's not pretend. I know my sister, a lot of my friends are work from home people at times. Yep. They love it because they can do all of their work in an hour and then have the rest of the day.
Yeah.
If they go into the office, they have to stretch that hour out to 8 hours.
Yeah. Then find little things like, why is that guy looking at me so much? Or start little fights to get through the day.
Yeah. I was trying to write some jokes about how, you know, everyone dresses up to go to the office and then complains about sexual harassment.
Yeah.
I was trying to write something around that.
Yeah.
It never really worked because people get upset.
Yeah, of course.
But I was trying to, my angle was like,
it's a funny premise.
That dude hates himself and he's bored.
Yeah.
The fact that he's looking at your ass isn't a problem. You're helping him not kill himself.
What the fuck?
You know? It never worked. But
yeah, also, yeah. Yeah. That is true though. Like, you might be the only reason he is okay and he's able to come to work every morning.
The only reason he's okay today.
Yeah, yeah. You just don't know it. Yeah.
Yeah. It's sexual harassment to you. It's saving his life for him.
Fuck. Yeah. Yeah.
But also you're wearing a short dress.
Yeah, I guess.
At the office.
Yeah.
And then I try to relate it back to us where I was like, no one looks good in chef pants.
Yeah.
Like sometimes I would work with someone for like 3 months and then realize they're a woman.
So, fuck, I just remember this. Holy shit. Okay, so you're right. I guess it's on track, right?
Holy shit, you're not Mark, you're Melanie.
We had this, fuck, dude. We had this apprentice start, this chick, right? And she came in, she was all make-upped up. Like, it was just weird. But she was an apprentice, like, she doesn't know that this is a terrible decision. Like, but she came, we had a downstairs bit where all the larder salads came from, and it had a pizza oven. So you were doing all the pan, all the fresh breads and everything, and the butters and shit like that would go out to the tables, and amuse bouche and stuff. So there was some heat going on in the section. It wasn't all cold, but I could never see. I was cooking. I'm doing the pass a bit. The end of the shift came. She walked up and asked me something about, I don't even know what the fuck she was asking me. Like, can I pack down or all this sort of shit? And I looked at her and her whole face had melted halfway and she didn't realise. Like, all this foundation, it looked like her skin had peeled down.
Oh.
Like she had a second skin on. Oh. And I went, ah! I went, whoa. And then just tried to pretend I didn't react like that and then go, what's up? And not look at her. And she was like, what the fuck? She honestly had no idea. And the mascara, look, she'd been crying, but it was like, just because from sweating.
Yeah.
And it was all down here, and it had ended up all around her neck like this orange tint from whatever she had going on. She looked so horrid, and I couldn't bring myself to say...
What are you going to tell her?
And then, because of my reaction, all the boys just went, huh? And then went, what? But even they were like, no, we're not touching this one. Like, not touching this one.
No one did.
The waitress came in after, and I said, can you just bring up? They're like, I don't understand. I was like, you'll figure it out. Can you just go, like, maybe have a chat? And then, yeah.
Wow.
But, like, I kind of felt bad because I could have easily gone, I don't know what to say, but, like, your makeup.
Yeah, I wouldn't know what
But
to
then
say.
it's like you kind of... I think if I said it quickly, it would have come across like you're an asshole anyway, or... Yeah.
No, that's a lady-on-lady activity.
Yeah.
We can't do it.
But I didn't even have to explain it to this chick. She was like, what do you want me to tell her? Just, you'll figure it out if you just go down there. And she went down there and just sorted her out.
Yeah.
But that's the last time she wore makeup.
Yeah.
But when I saw it, I didn't realise that was going to happen. I was just like, that. It's very unusual to see someone so sort of caked up with makeup.
Yeah, and now you know why.
Yeah.
Face will peel off.
Yeah, but that's why you don't come to work.
Yeah.
Like, dressed up.
Yeah,
You're already going to sweat through everything anyway.
Much like the office people, there's definitely perving going on in the kitchen just to get through your day or whatever.
Yeah.
But I don't remember, there's a lot of times where I just don't remember thinking of the women chefs as like anything other than other chefs in the kitchen.
Yeah, they're just another worker.
And then even when you went out for drinks, the girls and the guys, no one got dressed up. It's 12 o'clock at night or whatever.
Yeah.
We're just all wearing whatever. Definitely not our chef pants because that's fucking the end of my day if I see anyone in chef pants outside a kitchen.
That's horrible.
But
I saw some yesterday.
But then you would have these occasions where everyone would get together for like a function or maybe you would meet up outside of work and these girls got normal dressed up,
Yeah.
and I'd be like, "Oh, fucking what?"
You're like, what?
I
It's
didn't
like
know.
hours to do that.
You're
jeans
an attractive woman.
on. Yeah. You just want to put
You're a
jeans on.
woman. That's amazing.
Oh, fuck. How many tissues are there?
Nah, we have 3 books on Hitler and no tissues.
Hitler's Revolution.
Dude, let me show you something.
All right.
Let's try and
I'll just wipe it all over my fucking hands.
get a tissue, and then we can do the
All
next
right.
bit. We'll just do what we got. There was one. Have you ever seen Boiling Point by Gordon Ramsay? The original documentary before he got famous.
And that's I remember them. And there was one episode about him with the apples. There were Granny
Yep.
Smiths that weren't.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, I know the one.
If we can do it later, a compilation of him in the kitchen. It's
Yeah, but that's real life, eh?
Insane.
Yeah.
Do you have? You don't have.
Do I have what? A clue.
Your dad doesn't have Wi-Fi.
Fuck no. Remember when he asked if you had Wi-Fi? He goes, "The shops might still be open." I just thought it was an awesome burn as well. I didn't even mean to. Shops might still be open, Tim. Gordon spends all his day in that. He's like, fucking, he just absolutely dresses some cunt down. And he's like, Gordon Ramsay is not very happy this morning.
And I've got some Marco Pierre White
Classic
stuff here.
BBC commentary over the top.
Yeah. There's so much of this as well, dude, that I reckon would be really fun.
Yeah.
And but
It's
like
a blast from the past. I just love watching this. It's so familiar. Like, what do you call it? Just
nostalgic.
Yeah. Like,
Well, I look at it like I was obsessed with Boiling Point.
yeah, right.
Oh, what?
I'm a firm believer in starting the first service the week off correctly. It's
Word.
Well, look at this.
Tonight will be shit, tomorrow lunch will be shit, and Wednesday you won't be here. Why did I send you down here to check on the air condition before the restaurant closed? Why did we send you down?
Get in my fucking kitchen.
So we're not in the f***ing shit now, you fat bastard. Yeah. Or do you think it was just come down to have a f***ing cup of coffee? To show how fat
He
you
just
were?
doesn't stop.
Yeah, but I was about to say, by this point, none of this matters. He's just doing it.
What was the point of you coming down here?
Everyone was
to
like,
check
"Oh
everything out?
no."
He's like, that guy's going, am I next?
It's your brains and your f***ing arse. He spent 3 hours here, locating all the buttons, checking out the air conditioning. He doesn't know where the
He's
f***ing
like, oh,
panel
me.
is. Maitre d',
Oh, he doesn't stop.
Yeah.
he's a commie. What are we going to do now then, fatso? Any ideas?
Do you know what I reckon?
He's gone straight to the
Do
core
you
of a
think it's
cry.
your job to be responsible?
I reckon.
Or you think you just got to think
I
about
reckon
In the
that he
kitchen.
was normal and okay until you ticked him, and then it was everyone's face was that other guy's face.
Yeah.
Where it's like,
Yes, Gordon.
oh, it's
Yes, Gordon.
everybody
Yes,
now.
Gordon. Yes, Gordon. Yes, Gordon. Yeah.
It's everybody now.
Yeah.
I hope I can find it in
Oh,
here.
definitely. Oh, everyone's getting it now.
Do you? Yeah,
Everyone's doing a shit job now.
for so long.
Yeah. Gordon's approach.
If this is the guy,
That guy-
that's Sergeant.
100-degree heat, and Gordon's approach isn't doing much.
Thanks, Simon. What's he doing?
What's he doing, that jerk?
What's he
Why are you wiping
doing?
the plates? Why aren't you wiping the plates?
He fucking burned himself.
Look how angry.
He fucking burned himself too.
Is he talking there, John?
Look how angry
He
he
burned
is.
himself on that pot.
Go, please, double six. Go. Come on, Jan.
Uh-oh.
no.
This is when he grabs him, eh?
Oh no.
Cease. Go for cappuccino. Are you? Yes. Come here, you. Come here, you. Why aren't you wiping the plates?
Oh.
Why aren't you wiping the plate? Every time there's food on the pass, where should it be? On the f***ing pass. Stay here. Next time, you're out. Okay? Hey, young man. That's 3 times in half an hour we're looking for you. Next
I would
time,
never talk to anyone in this
Hey,
kitchen.
Yeah.
Your choice. You want to stand there talking to the f***ing kitchen porter all night, or standing here doing your job? What do you prefer?
I don't understand why he's not wiping the plates, though.
Every time there's food on
I
the
wouldn't
pass,
talk to anyone. I would wipe the plates.
Yeah. How did he not wipe the plates?
I have no idea.
The rest of the staff will be on edge.
And I can see why he would get like angry about that because
Yeah, totally.
I'm doing so much here
That guy is.
and you're not wiping the plates.
Yeah, but we all know that guy. We all know you're the plate wipey guy. then the other guy is the guy on the other side of the pass, making sure it goes to the right place and all the rest. This guy, what are you doing if you're not wiping the plates?
And if you're Gordon Ramsay, you've conducted 10 people to put 2 main courses out.
This guy can't
and I'm
wipe.
going for 3 stars.
Yeah.
Where are you?
Yeah.
The guy.
But he's like, he's disappeared. Where's he disappeared to?
Oh my God. To talk to somebody. Never in my life.
Nah.
I love watching this stuff. I also don't like pigeon. I'm going to put that out there, but that's me.
Donkey.
And do you look at some of this stuff, how basic... It's not basic, you know what I mean, but how different it was?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen Marco Pierre White's food?
Yeah.
It was...
Finally explodes.
This is the one.
Good intention all evening. Gordon Ramsay finally explodes.
What is going on here?
Dude, watch this.
What is going on? I really want fucking foie gras. Hey, you. Arsehole, you lost it again. You lost it again. What's your big deal? Why don't you f*** off home then? Go on, f*** off home then. Hey, arsehole.
This kid's so resilient.
Why don't you f*** off home then? Why don't you f*** off home?
Watch him, he can't get rid of it. He can't stop.
Have you lost it?
That's what makes him different from fucking everywhere else. There's that pause, we go, that's it.
Yeah.
And then he goes,
Nah.
nah.
He can't stop.
Yeah, but if he fucking said anything.
Now he's challenging his manhood.
Yeah, but he's challenging him to say something, just to say something so he can bottle him again.
Yeah, imagine if he did say something.
It'd be like, fuck off.
Like, well, I tried. It's like, excuses. He can't stop.
Mark, what's... We used to do that in the kitchen as a joke. What's he doing, Mark?
Did you?
Always.
He goes again. 1 fragua. 2 pigeon.
What's going on in your mind, you?
Is it one rev, one foie?
What's going on in your mind? What is it then? Can't keep up?
Is he still waiting on the dishes, or is he...
I think he's given up.
Your mind back in the beach again?
Look at these guys.
They're just keeping busy, eh?
Oh my God. That bench is so buffed. I'm going to lash out. Hey, I'm going to start lashing out.
Yeah, you guys better be careful. I might get angry.
I might start lashing out.
This is where they've changed the scene now. This BBC guy going, now Gordon is very angry. The diners are all happy.
He's overcooked the artichoke.
Fuck him.
Henry, Owen's partner on the garnish, has
Oh God, I just hate the way he grabs them.
Yeah.
And you see, come on the pass a minute. On the pass.
He's going to say bollocks, eh?
6 fucking main courses like that again.
Dude, he's already grabbed him. That's the other thing.
Yeah.
Scruff of the neck and I'll throw you on the street. Do you understand? Because you're not just fucking up the table of 2 there. We're sending 6 main courses.
Do you reckon it's globe artichoke?
So I had all the lamb back and all the fucking pigeon back for you. Why?
I love globe
definitely.
artichoke, hey.
Yeah? Can you cook an artichoke? How old are you? 24. You can't cook an artichoke.
Fuck.
You can cook it. Like what? Like a...
And to you and me, we understand what's going on.
Yeah.
But now that I'm out of chefing, to realise that level of insanity
Yeah.
about food.
Yeah.
Like, I know it's hard. He's definitely timing so much stuff, and this kid's wrecked 6 main courses.
Yeah.
Which, if it's your restaurant, you're pissed.
Yeah.
But also, he's assaulting someone.
Yeah. The other thing I was looking at is that these guys are all traumatized already. They're just waiting for it to be their turn.
Oh.
So when just the moment they go, fuck, it's my turn, that must be terrifying.
Yeah, here we go.
Yeah, like shit.
And is it making them better?
I don't know.
I don't think it make that guy. Do you know what we need to do? We need to hunt down that guy. Episode 100.
See what he's
that
doing.
Dude.
Yeah.
What happened there? No one else is doing anything except walking.
Yeah, no, they just...
This is a dream. This
Like,
is a fucking...
this fella.
This is a piss take. Get with it, dickhead. Just, you, come here a minute. Come here, and you as well.
That's what he call me.
I've just filled out, Mark, I've just filled out a form to get these salaries, these bank and the sand. Do you know what I've put this one down as? This guy's a chef de party. Yeah.
Oh,
He's a chef de party as well.
what the fuck?
We used to always use that line too. Commie, fuck off.
Commie. No, fuck off.
What's he say? He doesn't like if you don't like the pay cut.
The salary, not enough money. Do you know what you can do?
Dude, they weren't getting paid anyway.
Yeah.
Ride off with pleasure. When I turn on some, I wash my hands clean. Okay, Commie.
Dude, imagine when that guy goes and be a head chef.
A little cry.
Meanwhile, Mark is absolutely slaying these meals, right? He hasn't put his head up.
Or moved. Do you know how hard I would work on the pass if that was going on?
Yeah.
Chef de party.
I'll never miss
I don't give a fuck if you go. You know that. I'll never
blue plaster.
You know that.
Oh, this is great.
Hey, you come here. Why has he got a blue plaster on in the fucking service? Why has he got a blue plaster on in the fucking dining room? Hello?
You'd be fucking pissed.
Now. A blue fucking plaster and 2 Michelin star establishment.
These are things people don't get.
Not you.
Like,
You.
you wouldn't understand why you're going off your brain about a Band-Aid.
No.
Yeah.
Smart, immaculate, and a fucking blue plaster.
I wonder what he's done to himself. Most of the time, you wouldn't even need it, surely.
He must have nicked himself.
Yeah,
And he
but
probably thought he was doing the right thing. And he's probably gone to the
That's what-
kitchen first aid.
that's what he said. He said, there is no other colour. There is no other colour I got in.
Do you think it's
That was my French accent.
That's great. All right, well, we're going to cut like 3 of those.
Commie.
You're a
fuck off.
commie.
Commie. Fuck off.
Okay, I want to
Do people even know what a commie is?
No,
It doesn't matter. We're not explaining it.
Everyone who listens to this will.
Google.
Like, I'm not even upset that, like,
It's not a communist.
what's the difference? Yeah, probably.
Yeah. I was just thinking about what would come up if you Googled it. Dirty commies.
Hitler's revolution. Dude, you remember Marco Pierre White, right?
Yeah.
I don't think people remember Marco Pierre White anymore.
They kind of know him as that nice bandana guy.
Originally, yeah.
Nah, like now, he was on one of those cooking shows.
Yeah.
But he was really nice. He'd lost all his edge.
Did you like him
Yeah.
originally?
Yeah, for sure. He has those iconic shots too. He's got a photo of in his biography about he's yelling at Gordon Ramsay, like a young Gordon Ramsay, and he's like crying.
Yeah. And there's the famous story where Gordon Ramsay and some other Commis chefs or whatever take the car to the rival kitchen.
Right.
And they go and sabotage
Really?
rival kitchen. Yeah, you remember that? No.
Nah. Is that in the book?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
And then
Didn't remember that.
the ladies that come up to his office while their husbands are paying the check for the meal.
Oh, yeah. And then he got the guy asked him for French fries with his steak. Is that in the book?
I can't remember.
So some guy asked him for chips and mustard with his fucking main course beef, whatever.
Yeah.
And he goes, yeah, no dramas. So he hand cut him 12 or something like that, dozen chips, and personally made him chips, and then charged him £100 per fucking chip.
Wow. And did the guy pay?
I don't know the answer. I don't know. That might have just been a story I heard. It sounds like him.
He used to be like he used to be just the dude.
Yeah.
Like, especially when I was real young.
Yeah.
And I loved his books. And you watch some of this stuff, man. Like, he was just such a psycho, right? I'm trying to wait for this bit.
There's been always a secret to everything. It really has.
There's something coming up.
Away, really, so you've got to know when to stop.
It's that little something which you can't write into a cookery book.
This.
It's that inner feeling which comes from within, and that understanding of what you're working with.
Chop the chicken, I'll chop the chicken. If you want me to chop the mushrooms, I'll chop them.
The lady was asking him for his opinion, and he just in there with a camera asking him for his opinion, and he's like, I'm not going to give you my opinion. I'll cut this for you.
Yeah.
I'll do that for you.
Yeah.
And he was the first guy, right?
Yeah.
Qualities. It's like a lady with clothes on. She's all right. You look at a beautiful
So
lady.
this guy.
She's so nice. So never cover it up. Gavroche is the most honest restaurant in the country, and that's why you go to the. That's why I know. That's why Gavroche is 3-star.
This is right. This guy is a psycho. Have you seen what he does now?
with the stress, with the hours, with the tension.
Unless it's that cooking show thing.
Watch this. This blew my mind this morning. I think he's insane.
On the 20th of March, Napoleon Bonaparte declared himself Emperor of France.
What the fuck?
On the
Talking about Napoleon?
Yeah. And his chefing career.
I started my career as an
Watch
apprentice
this.
chef at the Hotel St. George in Harrogate. My position was in the larder. Every morning, I was in charge of making the buffet for the hotel guests.
He said
The new potatoes from the night before.
I've heard him
turned
say
into
that
a
before
potato
as
salad.
well.
The French beans were turned into a salad niçoise. And the ratatouille was served cold. No wastage. And then the only thing we really liked, apart from the obvious, used to make piperade.
What is he talking
What
about?
the fuck is he talking?
It was too wet. It didn't
Pippinade. But the Pippinade was too wet. But he's like, but the Pippinade was too wet.
It was too wet.
What are you talking about? I couldn't follow any of that. He started off going Napoleon, and then the exact date he started his apprenticeship. I don't remember the exact date I started my apprenticeship. September. Let's say September 11.
That guy is the same guy as the other guy.
Yeah. You can kind of see it, but now he doesn't make any sense.
But now he's psycho. Like he was angry, but now he's delusional.
I guess so.
Now he's yelling about piperade in his 60s being too wet.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do
What?
next
Who
is
cares?
give you a little insight into how I make piperade. Not like the Hotel St. George all those years ago.
Doesn't it seem so
we'll
sad now?
start with
Yeah.
concasse. So we take our petals.
I don't even know why I'm watching it.
Doesn't it seem so sad that this
That's to be perfect.
was the
It's gonna
hero?
break down.
Yeah.
And then the peppers. We puncture them.
Do you know what this reminds me of now?
That's a real
Until they start to
trick
blister.
to the deep frying.
Then we place them in a
Oh,
bowl.
yeah. And
cover
we
with
never
cling
were, we
film,
weren't allowed to do it.
and
Some
allow
places
them to
let you, like deliberately. But it didn't take long. It was,
Yeah, it was better.
yeah.
At least it cooked the whole thing. So when you like, it's nostalgic to watch Gordon Ramsay back in the day do that stuff. But if you watch that same stuff right now, this morning I was like, this is so sad.
Yeah.
It shows you how nuts the whole thing was.
Yeah. It's like the obsession with food has gone way too far, in my opinion.
Yeah, he's
Like
drinking
this.
the Kool-Aid.
By the way, this is what people think you should talk about. This is how people think you
in
should,
their own stew.
how you should talk
And when they're cooled,
when you
Yeah.
talk about food. You
Well,
see it all the time on those.
Yeah, so they've gone full circle where he
So with the red
started this
pepper.
thing,
Yeah.
and then it got popular,
Yeah.
and people
open it up.
assumed this thing, and now he's playing the
lettuce.
character that they
remove
assumed.
the seeds.
Yeah, they're all playing the character. They're playing this character. This could almost be
quarter
a
And then we remove
parody
the ribs,
skit.
but we don't
That's
throw
what it
them
feels
away.
like.
Yeah, that's
'Cause you're
exactly
like-
what I'm saying.
You're like, what the fuck's going on here?
The skins.
The piperade is too
Peel
wet.
them,
Yeah, it's funny.
but
It's
keep-
hilarious.
Yeah.
I laughed so
But it's
much.
not meant to be funny.
I laughed so
Do
much
not
this
throw
morning. I
anything
couldn't
away.
believe it.
Because the importance of these skins and those ribs, what we do with them, we put them in the blitzer with a little bit of tomato puree. The skins of the tomatoes and the insides of the tomatoes. A little bit of olive oil, and we blitz.
Why is he so intense about this?
And then we pass it through a very fine chinois and make a fresh
There's people
passata.
watching this going,
And the difference
fuck
the
yeah.
passata makes to the piperade is extraordinary. Without it, it's not the same.
What the fuck
What did he just
is
say?
he talking
Throw
about?
Throw it in a blender. Like, Jesus.
Capsicum skins. Like I'm a no waste guy.
There's also, I think what's mainly what I pick up on that is that everything is taking too long to explain. You know, it's like you do this. You can explain it like when he was younger. Look how fast he was saying it.
Yeah.
Like this is, and he was saying why, but he was going, did that, this, that, chop it. He didn't even have any time to answer that bitch's questions. Like,
No.
yeah,
But he's lost it.
yeah.
And now they all sit on MasterChef and stuff and perpetuate this idea
Try and find
that
new
chefs
words to
are
say.
this weird
Yeah.
thing.
I agree with the way he treats the food, but it's just too much. You know what I mean?
But that's what blows my mind. He's the original.
Yeah.
He was the original guy.
Yeah.
Gordon Ramsay's at least hilarious. This is my favourite thing in the world. Kitchen Nightmares.
Yeah.
Did you used to love this show?
Yes, the original ones.
When he cared.
It was like the first 2 seasons were fucking awesome.
He absolutely cared.
They're not drumsticks. They're crab sticks.
Imagine that.
Just dumped in here to top off another bag of Alaskan crab.
You're going to serve me a
No
rancid
dates,
scholar.
no labels. How on earth are you supposed to run a business when you've got no idea what's in the freezers?
Is that a cool room?
What is down here? My God, it gets worse.
Not too
Look
bad.
at it. It's
a
absolutely
weird cool room.
jam-packed.
Yeah.
Chicken after chicken after chicken. My big worry is how much chicken does this restaurant really need? I mean, there's just bags of it. And not only that, the smell is horrific. Oh, my God. Look at these fillets.
Why is he
I've
pulling it all
seen
out? I get
less
it,
packs
but like...
at an army
I've
base.
temp chef at places that look like that. And there's just so much stuff.
And whoever's buying this,
And it gets thrown out regularly.
Yeah, but you do like
Now,
2
what worries me
shifts
about
and then you're
this
like out.
is there's one more
But people
fridge upstairs.
overorder.
Yeah, because no one's really in charge, or whoever it is handballs it, and it's more like just make sure we have it. That's
Oh
the
my God.
you know.
It's never ending. Just when I think I've seen enough.
Yeah, and if
there's
you're not
more.
invested in the ordering, where you're like running the
Nah.
costings, like whatever.
It's just what
Decomposed,
happens.
Soft. Dead.
We had
Oh, that's the snails. Oof.
a temp chef at this place.
Oh,
What is
Oh
that?
god.
That is a raw dead lobster. That is disgusting.
It's 2
Chef
hours into
Ramsay.
Chef Ramsay's inspection.
Oh, these are the US ones.
Michael, Balbina,
Yeah,
and
what did you
Jerry
do? The UK
arrive
one.
unaware
UA.
of what
I
Chef
loved it when we went
Ramsay
to the
is
US.
doing
They were
and
insane.
what he has uncovered.
Morning. Morning, chef.
I actually don't think I've ever watched any of the US ones.
Haven't you? Oh,
No.
they're the best.
I've just seen the first 2 seasons of the UK ones.
Yeah, which
Way
were
back.
amazing.
I am. You are. Fucking pigeon. What I'm trying to look at are the profits, the purchasing, the thousands of
fucking
dollars
dead.
waste.
It's fucking dead.
These here,
They came in yesterday.
that's dead. Let's have a little look round here. Jerry, please. And you wonder why I don't like your sauce.
Look at all the coke cans around the place
That
too.
is a dead
Something
lobster.
like-
So if you've never seen the American ones, it's all about the
The freshest thing in this
owners.
kitchen is
Oh.
a pigeon flying around. And he's lucky he's still alive. Bloody hell.
Oh,
That. Have you got a bin?
Yes, Chef.
The moose. Just by the front door.
Ah,
Yeah, that's why it's dead.
It's by the door.
you paid for the
No.
exterminator.
we just had the exterminator.
You paid for the exterminator?
Sure.
That's what
Get your
happens
money
when you
back.
get them in though.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
die.
yeah.
yeah.
So that's why you see dead cockroaches and
Yeah.
stuff.
They knew
Outside,
Gordon
you see
Ramsay
that?
was coming, so they put the
Exterminator.
exterminator.
And then there's all this
And
dead.
then everything
fucking-
crawled out of the woodwork.
Yeah.
It was in the entrance as I walked in. On the left-hand side.
That's what happens though.
I love
I like its drama,
We
but
always have the
yeah.
exterminator.
I love
Once a month
the-
for prevention.
the second and third in command shivving everyone on this show. You seen that?
No. Whether they just like dob the other person in or
Yeah,
something.
like, oh, we never do that. She's like, oh, we get the exterminator every month. The other lady's like, are you serious? No, we never. Never.
Oh, I
happens.
get it. Right.
Can you show me where you found that at? It was at the front door. Like where? Oh, well, where's the front door in your
I would
life?
think that's a setup.
I can't believe that. I came in the door, walked in there, saw him, bang.
Oh, here we
right
go.
there.
Right here. Do you have it on film?
Are you kidding me? What, you thought I brought it in out of my pocket?
Yeah, I think you did.
Are you fucking dreaming? I arrived, the mouse was there.
Never here. Never. There was never no mouse right here.
Right. Okay.
Absurd.
So we had the exterminator last week.
They're all
They come on
dead.
regular occasions.
Yes.
We have an issue with mice. That's why you have an exterminator.
We don't have an issue with mice.
This guy is holding
Comes
firm.
in
Okay.
Regular. Just
Let's you and I do a little investigation. Let's go.
Do you know what I love about
Dwayne,
this show,
when's the
though?
last time you spotted a mouse in here?
Except for that one.
Never seen one. Good.
Except that one that was under the steam table.
Because you know how we're talking about like the forthcomingness of real chefs in kitchens,
found a
and he's
mouse
bringing
in the
that
front door.
attitude to
I've
like
never been
people
so
in America
embarrassed and
or anyone,
humiliated in my life.
you know. And these aren't fine
is
dining restaurants; they don't
ridiculous.
have the same
Really ridiculous. ridiculous.
Like, he would tell you exactly how it
And
is.
sad.
Yeah.
He would tell you what the problem is. He's right in your face about it.
I never seen a mice in him. Perhaps we planted that mouse.
And you're suggesting that I brought it in?
I was like, I put it together like just for TV sake, maybe.
I wish you would talk a little bit of sense. Fuck the TV. Put your money where your mouth is, in front of your staff. I want a meeting upstairs with you and everybody now.
Yes.
Pulling mice out of his
He's
pockets and
absolutely cooked.
This guy's going for it. Dude, what's happening? What's the hairnet for?
It doesn't look like it goes over his head though. It looks like he's bunched it up like a do-rag.
It can happen.
And also, these people ask him to come to help, and then they fight him the entire time.
I have 2 seconds, please.
Yeah.
Look at all that.
That's what I'm saying. Even if you have a look, there was all these Coke cans everywhere. Well, they're not even making an attempt to put it in the bin.
Because they think, look, I hate all of that stuff.
Yeah. 2 seconds.
So just look at James for me. 2 seconds. I walked in the front door, a mouse.
The mouse that you planted, I know. They told me. But it's okay.
No, it's not
It's
okay.
a show.
It's got nothing to do with TV, nothing to do with your business in the shit. I am not going to stand there and even attempt to take that crap from you. You can take the restaurant and stick it. I am gone. I'm out of it.
Oh, I've had enough.
You out of here, I'm out of here.
Oh, here we go.
Excuse me. Go.
Is this the same place?
Shut it
Holy
down.
shit.
Let's
Look at that.
go. It's over.
That looks disgusting. Dude, you would be offended by that, right?
How much do you reckon that weighs? 300? Like just
More.
just a patty?
More. 450?
Wonder if it's filled.
Look at that.
Nah. Taking it a little bit far, but...
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, this is the guy.
Come on. Seriously?
Oh yeah.
Not badly cooked.
That is huge. You're right.
But you can't have the bread smaller than the patty. I think, is that a raw chili on... a raw chili in it?
Like it. Yeah, look like
With the seeds in?
Seeds, yeah.
Watch this guy. He's an Australian dude who...
Dreadful. Dreadful.
So sorry.
Thank you. It's not your fault. Wow.
I was shocked.
That is such a big patty.
Embarrassed. Hurt. Beef pie's up, guys. But one thing I have that's a little different is an Australian meat pie. The Australian meat pie
What
is
the
number
fuck?
one staple in Australia. I have brought them to
He's
America,
knocking.
and Chef Ramsay will absolutely.
Why is he not going to like it?
That's Ramsay, by the way.
He's just like...
He's not gonna like it.
Also, I just realised
Yes.
this Australian guy is trying to tell Gordon Ramsay from England what a meat
What a
pie
meat
should
pie
look
is.
like.
Well, and what it is. It's the most popular thing in Australia. It's meat pie.
When England does the best pies of all time.
Yeah.
Especially a filling. Like, that's ridiculous. Carrot.
It's just grey matter.
That Australian pie can fuck off back to Australia with pleasure. The raw, doughy,
Oh, no.
soggy, gooey stuff on the bottom.
That's what I meant. It looked more like a...
Meow, cat food.
How do you serve that to someone?
Got my pork chop?
Like, you know how that other chef was saying he's not going to like it?
Yeah.
But then how do you serve that to him?
Yeah, but he was
Like
like, he's not
crisp
going
it
to
up.
like it. And then he goes, like he knows it's shit.
But he did it.
I know, that's what I mean. He knows it's shit. He doesn't give a fuck.
Because he doesn't know what a pie is?
I don't know.
Do you know what really always cracked me up as well?
Also, it's Gordon Ramsay deliberately eating your food. And that's the best. You know what I mean?
That's how you went about it.
Yeah.
I know. That's why I love this show so much.
You've gone, yeah, sweet.
Yeah.
This is the best one we've ever made.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't mind you saying he's not going to like it in terms of, like, I'm building myself up for failure.
Yeah.
But then don't just serve him the worst thing that you can do.
That's what I mean, because he laughs straight away afterwards. He had this
Put
little
a
giggle about
blowtorch
it.
on it or...
Fuck, just cook it.
You need another set of soap.
No, that's fine. Thank you, sweet.
Oh,
Oh,
dear.
no way.
They look like a piece of toast.
How fucking depressing is that?
Are you serious?
Could y'all please come look at the pork chop? Please.
Someone put it under a
He
pan.
got it sitting up.
I mean, it's like the map of America. Starting on the East Coast. There's California where that little dark spot is. From the Central, Midwest. And we have Seattle.
I've never seen
We're
a pork chop cooked so badly.
Pittsburgh.
Yeah. It almost does look like it's been deep fried.
Yeah. It looks like it's had
It's a fly.
a pan.
Chanel,
Exactly,
if you taste
pressed.
it,
Yeah.
If you gotta stand up, that means it's too hard. I'm not the cook.
Okay, so I see you had a chance to
Oh.
taste the pork chop.
Uh-huh.
And what did you think?
Yeah, dry. Like a mouthful of sand. It's drier than the Sahara Desert.
All right.
Even the flies, no longer interested.
Okay. Is there anything else you wanted me to
Southern
get for you?
cuisine.
A wheel for that bike out there. That way I can get the fuck out of here.
Found a bone in myself.
I'm a vegetarian. Gluten inside the sauce.
Oh,
Joe, 2 seconds. There's a bone.
2 seconds.
The rigatini, it's vegetarian. And the tomato sauce, they put pork bones in it. What the fuck? She's vegetarian. That's how we do it every day.
oh.
Responsible for the methods that we use to produce the food.
Get me John, urgently.
It says
That is
if you don't
the-
like it, leave.
John, this is urgent now. A lady has just found a pork bone in the rigatini.
To give the sauce flavor, we always added sausage.
How crazy are these people?
I like it.
You like-
In the sauce.
If she didn't find a bone, she'd be like, fuck, this is tasty.
Yeah.
I know what you mean.
How do you feel about serving vegetarians without them knowing?
Oh, I don't think I've ever deliberately done it. Like, why would you?
What about after the fact?
There's been occasions where I've just automatically basted something like in butter for vegans, but just not even thinking that that's obviously I know that's not fucking vegan.
Yeah.
And then it going out and it going.
I reckon.
You know what I mean? But what are you gonna do?
I have a feeling that I've definitely been a part of something where after the fact,
yeah,
there was stock or something in it.
Yeah, totally. Because there's stock in everything. So like you've just gone chicken stock or whatever the clear one
and
is.
maybe a sauce or whatever.
Yeah. And that's why it's so glossy and tasty.
What's going on here? I don't know what. That's fucking enough. Had enough. Had fucking enough.
That guy's
Is that I thought that was fucking Ramrod talking.
Will that make it better?
Is she vomiting?
Are you okay? Because I can't hear you.
Because she's dead.
She's dead. You fucking killed her.
My friend got sick.
Is he vegetarian? No. What did he have?
Is he vegetarian?
Lobster tail.
The lobster tails.
Lobster, he said, tasted funny.
No.
And next thing I knew, he was sick.
John.
I have like such an aversion to making people sick from seafood. Like I really,
Why?
because it fucks people up.
Right. Okay.
And it's like one of the massive no-nos in what we do.
Yeah, but also but that's because you know immediately if it's good or bad.
Yeah, like you know,
like I mean, like everything you kind of know, but you fucking know. Even when it gets
really,
delivered, you're like, this won't last the day. Yeah.
And you know, people putting mussels in a bucket.
Yeah.
Not draining, not having them on draining containers and stuff.
Yeah.
And then
yeah,
there's a couple of them are already open while they're cooking, and then I
And all
know it doesn't matter all the time, dude, but it just takes one. Hey.
I was always like so meticulous with how I kept any meat, especially the seafood. If you like filleting the fish, it was always on the layers, and then someone would do it on your day off, and it's just leached all down the bottom. It's like they're just sitting in it.
Yeah.
And you're like, why? Because you didn't want to take that 2 seconds.
Yeah.
To put the little bit of chucks or the toweling or something.
When people disconnected from like the fact that other guests are ingesting the food.
Yeah, when they switch that off, it's over.
Freaked me out.
Yeah.
Because, like, and I wasn't perfect, man. I fucking been working every day for 15 years.
Yeah.
It's a long time. But seafood freaks me. Imagine if someone got sick in the restaurant. Like, that's bad.
And you want lobster tails. It's tough, right?
Show me.
Why you guys thrown up? He's in the bathroom and he's sick. Please show me exactly what you served that customer.
Dude, they've got so many
Thank you.
fucking orders on as well.
You all right?
But this is going on. All I'm thinking is look at all these dockets.
Yeah.
Your lobster's ready.
He's gonna give him another one. It's fucking rancid.
Come here, you. Smell it. Seriously.
Fishy.
I can smell the ammonia.
Yeah, you smell that? And that's what that man's just eaten.
Look at all the doggers.
That's ammonia. That's what releases. When the body starts to decompose, it's being pulled apart and then decomposed.
That's what makes it bad.
Joe, just clarify something for me.
We could possibly kill them.
Kill someone. And whilst we're discussing this, and there's a man vomiting in the toilet
Worst day of this guy's life.
I can't believe this is happening right now. Feels like shit to know that you got somebody sick.
And it's the first time you've got your head out the dough.
But it's John's responsibility no matter what, because John buys all the product that we use. Yeah, please.
No.
How do you figure that? How do you figure that, you dickhead?
That's how you end up in that situation.
It's
hey?
like you serve off food, and it's the guy who orders its fault.
Yeah.
My worst fear is for anybody to get sick in my restaurant. Where's a shot of something? I need a shot. I need a shot of something. I got a guy vomiting. No, give me something. Give me quick.
Why don't you just grab a
Came
bottle?
to your house and you cooked him a dinner. How would you feel? He started puking all over the place.
I think that if your reaction is to start drinking.
Yeah. Oh, the fucking ambos.
Do you know what I reckon? This is part of TV, hey?
Yeah.
Yes.
See, this is where I think, exactly, where I think it's sort of a bit...
How long have you been here?
A month and a half.
Good tips?
I don't make tips.
Hilarious. All right. I got one more.
All right.
This is the episode of MasterChef where they did the dish that I used to do.
Oh, right.
So I was at George's restaurant doing this dish on my section every day. This was his signature dish. I think it's deconstructed Greek salad.
Oh, of course it is. Oh,
Took me 3 days.
Yeah, of course it does.
Took me 3 days to do this dish. And then while I was working there, this MasterChef episode came out where they did it in 2 hours.
Fuck yeah.
And I hope that, I don't know how it's going to work out, but let's...
Last night on MasterChef Australia.
I love it. It's multicultural day.
Should be a thrill for you as it was for me.
Is this the last episode ever? Imagine if this was it.
We went out with a bang.
Just release one.
Yeah, this is the first one we're going to release. I reckon, dude.
Yeah. All right, let's do that.
Oh, man.
We'll get Ben on next week.
Yeah.
Then Perro back.
Yeah, and then Kenny.
Yeah.
And then Wado.
Get
and
Wado. I'm gonna have to touch base. I can find him for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. That'd be hilarious.
Dude, that was fun. All right. I'll go do a show. I'll see ya.
All right. Love you.
That's how you do it.